So this is the first question. The Aravanche plant is, Aravanche is a kind of plant. Aravanche plant is a partial root parasite, B total root parasite, C symbiont, D total stem parasite. So here it is Aravanche plant is a total root parasite. Now here the question arises, what is parasite? Parasite is an organism which depend on other organism or a host for its food purpose. So it drags food material from the host and it survives. So the host is harmed, but parasite is benefited. So here Aravanche plant is a total root parasite. It is restricted to root. From the root, the food is sucked back. So in this way, the Aravanche plant you are observing. Here the right answer is B. We'll move to the next. So see, which one of the following factors is biotic? Biotic in the sense living. Which one is the living one here? Just see, photo period, carbon dioxide content to the soil, texture and porosity of the soil, D, that is the rainfall. So here right answer is carbon dioxide content to the soil. Okay, so option B is the correct one. Next, which is the main causative factor of desertification? What is desertification here? In the sense, in the beginning, there will be a green cover, that is the plants are grown in a particular area. Later, the green cover is removed. Because of that, the top soil layer, whatever is there, along with the wind current or water current, it will be eroded out. So, soil erosion is taking place. And inner, the coarse material will be exposed to the atmosphere. That process is called as desertification. It is the grassland or the green land is converted into the total desertic. And that is called desertification. We'll go through the options now. Here, what is the question? Which is the main causative factor of desertification? A, developmental activities, B, tourism, C, overgrazing, D, irrigated agriculture. Here, the correct option is overgrazing. The cattle, when they are grazing, the cattle, when they are eating a grass, they are not only eating the grass, but they are uprooting the grass. So as a result, soil will be exposed to the atmosphere. When overgrazing is there, automatically it gets converted into desert. So the correct option is C, that is overgrazing is the right one. Next. Crop rotation is helpful because why crop rotation is required in the field? It is only because see, every year, every time and every season, the crop is to be changed. One time the cereal is sown, in the sense next time the cereal should not be continued. Instead of cereal, the legumes should be grown. So like this, the crops must be changed. Why? Because the same type of crop, if we are growing continuously, whatever mineral content is there, whatever the nutrient content is there in the soil, it is sucked back by the plants. So as a result, the complete area becomes nutrientless. So to avoid that, the crop rotation is to be done. That is, the fertility of the soil is to be maintained. So, we'll go here. Crop rotation is helpful because, see the options, it gives more nitrates in the soil. B, it gives more sulfates in the soil. C. It gives more nitrogen in the soil. D. It gives more phosphorus in the soil. So here option A, it gives more nitrates in the soil. When soil is containing nitrates, automatically the nitrogen in the form of nitrate is sucked by the plants, and plants are undergoing the protein synthesis, and that protein is synthesized in the plant body. So for that purpose, option A is the correct one. It gives more nitrates in the soil. Next, stoppage of reproduction in an organism by creating hole in its biology or physiology, or its destruction by use of another organism is known. Just see, known as A. Predation, B. Competition, C. Biological control, D. Physiological control. It is a biological control. So, option C is the correct answer here. Next, which of the following statements is incorrect? So many statements, 4 statements are given. Which is incorrect? You have to find it out. Now see, first one, lichen, an association of fungus and algae, is an example for mutualism. Is correct one. Those epiphytes which use other plants for support only and not for water or food supply are examples of commensalism. Correct. Next, sea anemone on hermit crab is an example of proto-cooperation. It is also correct. Last one, mutualism, proto-cooperation, commensalism cannot be included under symbiosis. 100% right. So option B is a option here. So as a result, the statement is not correct. So option D statement is not correct here. So next one. When the organisms live together in such a manner that one organism is benefited while the other has no effect, it is called, so, commensalism, parasitism, mutualism, all of the above. It is definitely called as commensalism. Commensalism, one is benefited, another one is neither benefited nor harmed. So the process we are calling it as commensalism. So here option A, commensalism, is the correct one. We'll move to the next. Territoriality occurs as a result of parasitism, predation, cooperation, competition. When competition comes, automatically we used to say this is mine and this is yours. In between us there will be a border, and that border we are calling it as territory. So when a competition comes, automatically the territories are coming, the areas are coming. Okay, so as a result, territoriality occurs as a result of competition. That is option D. Competition is the right one. Next, in an aqueous environment, the microscopic animals are collectively called as, just see, A. herbivores, B. carnivores, C. planktons, and D. fauna and flora. It is a planktons. Planktons is the right answer. Here herbivores already you are knowing that those are plant eaters. Carnivores, they are flesh eaters. And planktons, they are freely floating on the surface of water. And fauna and flora, that is animals as well as plants. So here option C, planktons, is the correct one. Next, soil is a mixture of, soil is mixed with what? Just see, sand and clay, sand and humus, clay and humus, sand, clay and humus. Yes, the option D, sand, clay and humus is the correct one. Next, clay soil is obtained. Clay soil, where we are getting? Just see, in a desert, around ponds, on seashore, on rocks. So, the clay soil we are getting around the ponds. Whatever pond area is there, around that we are getting a clay soil, sticky soil. That is option B. Next, ozone hole means. What is ozone hole they are asking? Just see, hole in the stratosphere, same concentration of ozone, decrease in concentration of ozone, increase in the concentration of ozone. That is option C, decrease in the concentration of ozone. So, next one. Which of the following soil is transported by air? Now see, alluvial soil, aerial soil, alluvial soil, glacial soil. Here, alluvial soil is lighter, so it will be carried from one place to another place. So, option C is right one. Surface water of lake enriched in having. Surface water of lake enriched in having. Just see, organic substance, minerals, inorganic substance, pollutants. It is option A, organic substances. So, organic substances are plenty on the surface of lake. Next, which one of the following is a right matching pair of certain organisms and the kind of association? Just see, A, shark and suckerfish, amensalism. B, algae and fungi in lichens, mutualism. C, orchids growing on trees, parasitism. D, cuscuta, dodder, growing in other flowering plants, that is epiphytism. Here, which one of the following is a right matching pair of certain organisms and the kind of association? That is algae and fungi in lichens. We are calling it as mutualism. Here, algae and fungal association we are getting. So, algae, it is producing, undergoing the photosynthesis and producing food material, and fungi is providing the nutrients. So, as a result, both are benefited there. So, we are calling it as mutualism. Option B is the correct one. Next, ozone saves the biosphere by absorbing the high energy radiant called that is infrared, ultraviolet ray, X-ray, gamma rays. Of course, it is ultraviolet rays, because whatever the sun rays they are coming to the ground, they are containing ultraviolet rays. All maximum ultraviolet rays are diverted back to the cosmos. Only filtered light is coming to you. So, here ultraviolet ray is the right one. Next, humus is found in last class I told you what is humus. It is forming a leaf bed below the plant and it is rotting. So, that we are calling it as humus. Now, top portion of the soil, middle portion of the soil, deep portion of the soil, none of this. Of course, it is option A, top portion of the soil. Next, humus is important plant growth because humus is important for plant growth because why humus is required? I told you it is increasing fertility of the soil. We'll see here. It is partially decomposed. It is derived from leaves. It is rich in nutrients and increases the water holding capacity of the soil. It is made up of dead organic matter. It is rich in nutrients and increases the water holding capacity of the soil. Option C is the right one. Next, the possible animals is the? Here, removal of wild animals, eradication of weeds, removal of wild plants, addition of their excrete to the soil. It is option D, addition of their excrete to the soil. Next, incommensuralism. Okay, both parents are benefited, both partners are benefited, both partners are harmed, weaker is benefited while stronger is harmed, and none of these. Here, weaker is benefited while stronger is unharmed. So, in this way, option C is the right one. Next. So, dear friends, here we'll end with our discussion. In coming class, we'll discuss about the food chain and also energy flow and other things. So, dear friends, you remember that this environmental biology is not only important for your CET, JEE, NEET, but it is also very important for all kinds of competitive exams in India. So, this chapter plays very important role. So, please pay attention and study them thoroughly. Okay? Thank you, one and all.